These rocky shores where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, it's these rocky shores, it's where I long to be. Yes, it's these rocky shores, they are home to me.
Whenever I leave here, it hurts me so. With tears in my eyes, oh, I hate to go. There ain't no work, and the kids need new clothes. The bills need paying, so I must go.
These rocky shores where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, yes, these rocky shores, it's where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me.
I think to myself, where did it all go? The life I once had on the ocean's gentle road. My tears in my eyes and my head in my hands, away from my family, I hope they understand.
That is these rocky shores where I call home, it's where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, yes, these rocky shores where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they are home to me. Yes, these rocky shores, they are home to me.
Good evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include: we visited the environmental camp at the elementary school. We spoke to the gas companies about gas prices in town and the court report. These stories plus community events, the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack and more. Coming up after this.
Meet Lindsay, a member of the War Amps Champ program for child amputees. From the day she was born, Champ has been there, with counseling and access to the very best in artificial limbs. Today, Champ is encouraging her to use a computer to keep up with her schoolwork. A computer makes writing possible and opens doors for her future. The War Amps. Thanks to your support, we are passing on our lifetime of experience to champs like Lindsay.
Gas prices has been the topic of conversation in the news these past weeks. We spoke to the three companies in Burgeo to find out the reason why there hasn't been an increase in our town. We're speaking with Joe Iscock of North Atlantic. Joe, recently the gas prices across Canada has went up.
Yes.
And we were wondering, why didn't your company increase their gas prices?
My company, Air, in Burgeo, we did not increase our gas prices. Number one was I had just taken delivery of gas, and it's I think totally unfair that gas would go up unless that I had been charged the extra price down from where that I get my gas. So I'd say that I would be pretty good for at least 2 or 3 weeks, before that there would be an increase. But as you also know that the prices went up, but then they also went back down again some too. And of course, we've been paying too much for gas in the past, and now at least we're certainly seen to be on a even playing field now with the rest of Western Newfoundland, like in Corner Brook and Stephenville. Your full service in there now is between 71.9 and 72.9. So I think our gas prices now are, they're fair now.
So when you get your next shipment, will your prices be going up or will they stay the same?
I honestly don't know, because when I get my next shipment, if there is an increase from my company, then I will have to pass it on. But because I did not have an increase in the last lot of gas, then it would be totally unfair to me to have passed it on to the customers, because there was nothing to pass on.
Okay.
So that's why our prices didn't go up.
So right now your gas prices is on par with the rest of Newfoundland and Canada?
With the rest of Western Newfoundland.
Western, okay.
Yes, like Stephenville, Corner Brook area.
There was rumors around town that the gas prices didn't go up because the other companies were going to increase theirs, and because a certain company wasn't going to increase theirs, they didn't increase theirs. Is there any truth to that rumor, to your knowledge?
I don't know what the other company's done. I did hear that they put their prices up, or they were going to put it up. But I wasn't in a position to increase my prices, because I have a price set from the company when I buy my gas, which I have to charge to the customers, and my price has not gone up. So until my price goes up from the company, then I won't be passing anything on to the to the consumers.
We also spoke to Mr. Gordon Ingram of the Irving Company. Mr. Ingram couldn't comment other than to say that the gas prices hasn't gone up and will not be going up unless notified by their supplier. Then we visited the Altamar station. Although Mr. Harrod wouldn't appear on camera, he did tell us that rumor has no bearing on gas prices. He also said that Burgeo wasn't unique in that we weren't the only town where the gas prices didn't go up. Stephenville, for example, didn't get an increase. Mr. Harrod also stated that his suppliers told him that his gas prices will not be going up. On Tuesday, we visited the A.J. Matthews Elementary School environmental camp. Normally, at an environmental camp, participants would be involved in outdoor activities, but because of the weather, the group had to do their activities inside. When we visited, Becky was reading a story to the students called Pond Life. During their lunch break, students can watch nature videos like The Jungle King and Supernatural Grizzly Bears, just to name a few. On Tuesday, their activity was to make a food chain for the life in a pond. When the students finish their project, it is posted on the bulletin board for everyone to admire. When the weather clears, the group will be going on a nature hike to the park, where they will be looking for unnatural things in nature, and of course seashells. Water project has also been planned. The students will be examining pond water to find out what kinds of things live in our ponds. We would like to thank Becky, Corey, Wesley, and the students for allowing us to come and see what their summer camp was all about. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this. The Max Sims Camp is a popular summer camp for some of our residents. Lions Jim Marsden paid a visit to the camp this year and lent us the video so we could share it with you.
My name is Jim Marsden from the Burgeo Lions Club. This morning, myself and Stu Green is here on Stu's bus to pick up some of our PWDs, person with handicap, here at Lion Max Sims Memorial Camp, where we're at this morning. This camp here is one of the camps that Lions Club built and maintains over the years. This is where a lot of our money go at. I guarantee you here this morning it's a pleasure to know you're part of this building when you see all the PWDs around there and the smiles on their faces. Right now they're all inside this building right there, preparing for breakfast before their trip on their way home. I think right now there is a total of 13 from Burgeo and Ramya that came down there on Monday. Today is Friday, July the 23rd. They came down there on Monday morning. Stu brought them in. We came in there last night to pick them up and take them back home this morning. They have all kinds of trails here. There we are now, we're getting at a different angle here. There's the main entrance going in through here. Our main entrance. There we have the playground there. There we are. Out here we have the playground, boardwalks. It's really beautiful this way. Got the swimming pool area over there. Right now it's early in the morning. There's no one out at the pool. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning. And no one out at the pool. I'll now go inside now and get a few shots of what's going on inside. There's not too much activity going on there yet. As like I say, right now it's only 7:30 in the morning. They don't start serving breakfast before 8, so there won't be too many people up and around yet. So we just go inside now and get a inside now. Morning, Phil. So our Burgeo residents here and ready now for breakfast before we get ready to hit the road. There's Mr. Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie, enjoy your trip, Eddie?
Good.
Enjoys it down there, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You come down there every year, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Back again next year, I guess.
Yeah.
Glad to go home now or what?
Yeah.
Not homesick?
Nope.
You had a good trip down there?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Constable Egan Anderson is here now with the court report.
Good evening, I'm Constable Egan Henderson with the RCMP in Burgeo for this week's court report. Court was held Wednesday, July 21st in front of Judge LeGros. There were 9 cases heard before the judge that day, and the first one was a young offender from Burgeo. He was charged with mischief to property, pled not guilty, and trial is set for November 17th. An 18-year-old male from Burgeo was charged with production of cannabis marijuana and possession of cannabis marijuana. He pled not guilty. The trial was set for November 17th. A 29-year-old male from Burgeo was charged with assault and breach of probation. This has been set over for plea on September 15th. A young offender from Burgeo was charged with sexual assault and breach of probation. He pled guilty to both charges. Sentencing is to be held on September 15th. A 31-year-old female from Ramia was charged with theft under $5,000. A not guilty plea was entered and trial has been set for December 7th. A 43-year-old female from Ramia, also charged with theft under $5,000, pled not guilty and trial is set for December 7th. A 53-year-old male from Ramia pled guilty to several charges, including assault, theft under $5,000, and breach of probation. Sentencing is to be held on November 17th. An 80-year-old male from Burgeo was charged with sexual assault and assault. A disposition hearing is to be held on September 15th. And finally, a 46-year-old female from Burgeo was before the judge to answer to a warrant for arrest. The judge dismissed this warrant. And that's your court report. Have a good evening.
Now over to Councillor Robert Sims with the council report.
Good evening, everyone. Regular meeting of the Burgeo Town Council was held in the Town Hall on Wednesday, July 21st. And the issues of discussions were as follows. From the Town Manager's report, work on the chlorine plant is now completed. The system is now operating on the 2-ton cylinders. Some time ago we mentioned about the speed limit around town was going to increase. The traffic regulations is now under final review by the committee and will be forwarded to the Minister for approval. Work on the basketball court on the playground is completed, and also there were repairs made to existing equipment. And now that the Recreation Committee is putting a tennis court there as well on the playground. The Mayor advised that he had received some information from Newfoundland Cruise Ship Authority. This will be passed to the new Economic Development Officer to work on, by the way, which should come effective in place on August the 2nd of this year. And the guy that got the job is a guy by the name of Mr. Greg Ellier that comes from Springdale. And he was successful in obtaining the position of the Economic Development Officer for Burgeo. And from all reports and references, Mr. Hilliard comes highly recommended. So again, like I say, we'll take up his position on August the 2nd. Modern Pest Control Services have completed the work on the town outfalls around town. Some time ago we had a little bit of a problem, I think, around the coves in certain places with rats and that. So this has been worked on by Modern Pest Control. The RIC Commission was given the go-ahead for sods on the ball field. Mayor Hand, chairperson of the Action Committee, reported that he was talking to Ridge Anstey regarding the plant issue. There isn't too much to report other than the crab quota is in the hands of the scientists. Work is progressing at the fish plant, and generally agrees something would go ahead at this time. A resolution calling for a federal review of the UI, that's the HEI, Act in order to reestablish reasonable levels of unemployment insurance. and return the UI surplus back to the unemployed workers were presented to Council. And it was resolved that Council would support the resolution. A letter was read from the Chamber of Commerce requesting permission to erect a kiosk near the museum to be maintained by the Chamber. This kiosk is in addition to the one being erected on the Burgell Road. It was agreed that permission be granted for this development. Another letter was read from the Chamber of Commerce regarding a letter of support from Council to enclose with the list of names for the cell phone coverage in the area. And this too was given approval that there would be a letter of support on behalf of the town given to the chambers. And ladies and gentlemen, that is about all I have for this time from the last regular meeting of the Burgell Town Council. Our next meeting is scheduled for August the 18th, 99. And again, we give an invitation to anyone that would like to come along and sit in on our regular meetings and just to listen to what's being said there at those meetings. So thank you and good night.
Stay with us for Off the Rack, the community events, and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
In West Africa, when rain is scarce, crops fail, forcing rural people to move to cities in search of a means to provide for their families. With the help of USC Canada, villagers in northern Mali are fighting the pressure to leave with projects focused on market gardens, small credit schemes, and improved soil conservation methods. Help the people of Mali fight back against desertification and drought. Support USC Canada today.
Off the Rack. This week as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a tape of a trip to Cape Lahoon. Let's look back to August 1993.
9 or 10 you considered a man. No need for the learning of English or math. So Grandpa, won't you tell me what was it like? So Grandpa, won't you tell me what was it like? And the merchant said it was time for work. They took you to school and your books gathered done. We worked all day in the sun so hot. No money you seen, no money you got. So Grandpa, won't you tell me what was it like? So Grandpa, won't you tell me what was it like? My son, he'd say with a wink and a smile. My son, he'd say it's been a long while. Now the time has passed and the days have gone by. I remember quite well I was just a boy. So my son, you see, that's how it was like. So my son, you see, that's what it was like. Now I'm saved on the water so blue. From a lonely night, dear, and I'm
Good evening and welcome to the community event segment at tonight's broadcast. I'm Rhonda Green. The Hard Job Squad will be holding a TV bingo on Wednesday, August the 4th at 7 p.m. Cards are $1 each or 6 for $5 and are available from any member of the Hard Job Squad and in most stores around town. Play at TV bingo. Come one, come all on a safari adventure. The parish of St. John the Evangelist invites all children aged 2 to 12 to their Kingdom at the Sun Vacation Bible School from Monday, August 16th to Friday, August 20th. The program includes drama, arts and crafts, music, games, Bible storytelling, and snacks. The cost is $2 per child per day. You can register with Mr. David Burrows at the Anglican Parish Hall no later than Sunday, August 1st, 1999. If your group or organization has an upcoming event planned, we would be happy to advertise it for you. You can contact the VBS office by Wednesday of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Try your luck on Wednesday by playing the Odd Job Squad TV Bingo. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Next week we will have highlights from the Sand and Sea Festival. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night.